Good morning. This is Professor Asif Iqbal. So in this session we are going to discuss about IC 555 timer and its applications. So here IC 555 timer is one of the most versatile linear integrated circuit used for generating the accurate time delay or oscillation. It is IC 555 timer actually we are using for generate accurate time delay where you know that for several applications we require a accurate time delay or a timing operation, as well as we require a oscillations, waveforms, timing oscillations. So here IC 555 timer which generates these time delay with accurate time, right? So here IC 555 timer is available in two packages: 8-pin circular style package, we have 8-pin dip type package. So here we you see the pin configuration for dip 555 timer, right? This is having 8-pin. Dip means double inline package. So 8 pins here are pin number 1, which is ground, pin number 2 trigger input, 3 is output pin, 4th is reset pin, 5th is control pin, 6th is threshold, and 7th is discharge, and 8th one which is we need to connect VCC. So in detail about this IC 555 timer, in detail about this IC dip 555 timer will see by using its functional block diagram, right? We'll understand what is the architecture within this IC we have, what are the blocks we have, to understand how this 555 timer works, right? And what is the use of each pin in a 555 timer. So internal block diagram for 555 timer is shown here. It contains a two comparator. You see here it is UC upper comparator and the lower comparator with one flip-flops, RS flip-flop we are using. Then we have a power amplifier inverter which inverted the signal or the output which is here and gives the output as here, which is we are taking at pin number 3, right? So at pin number 4 we are applying a reset as a base of a transistor Q2, which is internally we have a transistor Q2, right, which provides the reference voltage to the output. And whenever you make this reset pin is to be 0, right, make it 0, then this PNP transistor, it is a PNP transistor, is on. When PNP transistor is on, the reference voltage which is applied here will go to here, which is this will become 1, right? So which is inverted by the inverter amplifier here, right? So this 1 will be 0 appear at the output. So therefore whenever you make reset pin as a 0, the output is become 0. Okay. So further if you see here we have one more transistor Q1, right? So this transistor Q1 whenever the output means whenever the output is 0 means whenever this here at the base of this transistor Q1 is high, right? This transistor will be operate and this will get connected. So which is actually we are using externally a capacitor in a certain application for such as monostable astable multiplicator. That capacitor will be discharged through this transistor Q1, right? So therefore, so the pin number 7 we called as a discharge pin, which discharges the output capacitor for certain many applications through the transistor Q1 to the ground. Actually pin number 1 here is internally the emitter of this transistor is connected to pin number 1. Usually the pin number 1 we connected to the ground here, right? Here it is a ground, so it is not you cannot see this properly, but actually you can see small in the handwriting it is written here, it is ground. Pin number 1 is connected to ground. Okay, so here pin number 2 we are utilizing to trigger, to apply the trigger input. So see, whenever you apply the see one more thing is here you see here we are using a resistive network, right, having 3 resistor internally, right, which is connected to the VCC here. Pin number 8 you need to connect VCC here. This VCC voltage is divided among these 3 resistor. So these 3 resistor is are all equal, having equal resistance of 5 kilo ohm. So therefore the total VCC which you applied from here to here, right, so between ground and this VCC, the total voltage is divided among these 3 resistor, right, because it is series connected, right? Since it is having all 3 equal resistor, so voltage divide across each resistor is 1/3 of VCC. So 1/3 of VCC across this, 1/3 of VCC across this, 1/3 of VCC across this. So now you can see the positive terminal of lower comparator is connected to this resistor, the lower resistor. The voltage from here to here is 1/3 of VCC, right? It is a 1/3 of VCC, right? And you can see the pin number 5, which is control input, and which is connected to inverting amplifier, inverting terminal, negative means minus negative terminal of the upper comparator, and which is connected actually across this transistor resistor, right? So therefore the voltage from here to here, the total voltage drop across is the voltage drop across plus this resistor plus the voltage across this resistor, because here 1/3 of VCC drop, here 1/3 of VCC drop, 1/3 of VCC, you sum it, it is 2/3 of VCC drop across this resistor. Means from here to ground, 2/3 of VCC. From here to ground it is VCC, from here to ground it is 2/3 of VCC, from here to ground it is 1/3 of VCC. Okay, so therefore here 2/3 of VCC. So therefore we can see the upper comparator and lower comparator are actually op amps, right? We know that when this we learned in the comparator that so whenever the voltage at positive terminal of a op amp is greater than the negative terminal, then the output of comparator become positive saturated, right? And when the positive terminal voltage is less than the negative terminal voltage, the output of the comparator is become negative saturated. So positive saturated means 1 here, negative saturation means 0 here. So therefore so trigger input, that is pin number 2, we are connecting to the inverting terminal of the lower comparator. Whenever the trigger input is, whenever you apply this voltage at the trigger input is less than 1/3 of VCC, right, it will less than 1/3 of VCC, because the voltage at the positive terminal of the lower comparator is always 1/3 of VCC here. So if the voltage here is less than 1/3 of VCC, right, less than negative terminal voltage is less than the positive terminal voltage, this will be what? This will be positive saturated. Positive saturated means it will become 1. When it will become 1, the S will become 1 for the flip-flop, yes, RS flip-flop. When S will become 1 for the RS flip-flop, what happen? Right, the Q will become 1. When Q is, means it will set. Q will become 1 means Q bar which is connected here becomes 0. When Q bar is become 0, it is inverted and the output goes to the 1. The output will become 1, right? So output will become 1. Similarly, when the voltage at threshold pin number 6 will be greater than the 2/3 of VCC, which is at a inverting terminal of upper comparator. When this voltage, threshold voltage, is greater than of 2/3 of VCC, this upper comparator become 1, right? So when upper comparator become 1, R of the RS flip-flop become 1. When reset of the RS flip-flop become 1, this flip-flop get reset. When this flip-flop get reset, Q will become 1. When Q will become 1, Q bar will be 0. When Q bar, when Q will become 0, when the RS flip-flop is a reset, the Q will become 0. When Q will become 0, we know that Q bar will become 1. When the Q bar will become 1, right, the output will become 0 because it is inverted by the inverted amplifier. The output is 0. So therefore we can say that the when lower comparator gives a positive saturated output by making trigger input less than 1/3 of VCC, right, less than 1/3 of VCC, we make the output to 1. Similarly, when threshold voltage is become greater than 2/3 of VCC, the output voltage become 0. So therefore in this way we can make the output voltage 0 and 1, right, by using trigger pin and threshold pin. Trigger pin using to make the output voltage 1, and threshold pin we are using to make the output voltage 0. So we can make the output from 0 to 1, 1 to 0. In this way we can generate the waveform at the output of different duty cycle. So right, this is what about a stable multi vibrator, right? Okay, this is about a functional block diagram of 555 timer. So next we'll go for to see what is monostable multi vibrator. It is one of the application of a 555 timer. See, 555 timer we are utilizing for many applications. So here we are only discussing about two major application of 555 timer. One is the monostable multi vibrator and the astable multi vibrator. For you have the two application in your syllabus. So let's we see first what is the monostable multi vibrator. So to understand the monostable multi vibrator, so to design the monostable multi vibrator, what we have to do, we have to use 555 timer. So here pin number 6 and 7 get shorted, right? So across that we are connecting a capacitor, right? Another end of the capacitor is grounded, which is pin number 1. Pin number 1 is also grounded here, you can see, and a resistor R is connected between a capacitor and a VCC, and pin number 4 is a make it 1, right? So you have to keep reset pin high, right? If you keep reset pin low, the output will get reset, right? So since the output should not be get simply reset, we directly connected the reset pin to VCC, right? We are taking the output across pin number 3, and pin number 5, actually this pin number 5 is connected here, right, which we are using if you want to change this, the reference voltage at this upper comparator at this point different from the 2/3 of VCC for different application, then we can apply the different voltage to the pin number 5. So that is we are not using here, right? So therefore if you are not using the pin number 5, you just pin number 5 connected to the capacitor, right, and another end of the capacitor you connect ground. So here we are not using pin number 5. Our reference voltage for upper comparator is a 2/3 of VCC only. That is not a different, which is that we will use for different applications, right? So therefore, this connections with internal block diagram we can see here, right? R is connected to VCC, right, and pin number 6 and pin number 7 here, both is connected to the one end of the capacitor, another end of the capacitor is grounded, and this is we know that internally we have a resistive network, upper comparator, lower comparator, RS flip-flop, and Q1 and Q2 transistor, and an inverter. So let's we understand the operation of this. So assume here you see the waveform to understand the operation. So initially we assume that the trigger input is high, which is more than 1/3 of VCC, high. It is not less than 1/3 of VCC, and initially we make the circuit reset. Here we apply the 0 to the reset pin. So when you apply the 0 to the reset pin, V reference goes here, it will make 1 here. This will be output become 0. So right, the output is initially 0, right? So therefore here you can see the output waveform, initially it is 0, right? Okay, so to make the output to 1, what we have to do, we have to apply the trigger input. See here, see one more thing is here, when output is 1, this will be when output is 0, when you make reset, this will be 1. When this will be 1, this transistor is on. So therefore anything which is across voltage across the capacitor is all discharges through this transistor towards the ground. Here you see, right, when it is on, right, both the end of the capacitor is connected to ground here. So therefore it is totally discharged, there is no voltage across this. So therefore the voltage at this pin of the which is here at the non-inverting terminal of upper comparator is a completely 0, or it is very near to 0 here, because all the voltage across capacitor is discharges. So therefore the output of this upper comparator is negative saturated, because the voltage at the inverting terminal is greater than the non-inverting terminal. It is 0 here, and at the trigger we know that this voltage is greater than 1/3 of VCC. Hence the voltage at the inverting terminal of lower comparator is greater than 1/3 of VCC. So therefore this is also a negative saturated. So this is also 0, this is also 0. When R and S both are 0 for the flip-flop, the output is no change, means whatever the output you have here, means that is 0 will be 1 here, right? Q bar is 1, the Q is 0, and this 1 will be inverted and output is remains 0, right? Initially it is, the output remains 0 initially. So when you applied the trigger at pin number 2, so trigger in the sense when you make the output, means make the voltage across the trigger pin less than the 1/3 of VCC. When you make this less than the 1/3 of VCC, right? So this will become, this will the output of the lower comparator, means when trigger is goes less, means voltage is goes at the pin number 2 is less than 1/3 of VCC, this will be positive saturated, and this will become 1. The output Q is set, hence the Q bar is reset. When Q bar is reset, the output is become set. The output will become high. You see the output will become high here. The output goes high. When output goes high, what happened? You see, when output goes high, here you will get 0, right? When it is a set, the Q is 1, Q bar is 0. When Q bar is 0, this NPN transistor is off. When it is off, it is open circuited, means this and this is not connected. So when this and this is not connected, right, the capacitor start to charge, right? Capacitor, the voltage, the current flow from VCC towards the capacitor. See, current flow from the VCC, when this is on, the current flow will not be through capacitor, it will be through this transistor, because transistor is on, right? So when transistor is off, right, the current will be, see here the transistor is off, right? When current will flow through the capacitor C, hence the capacitor start charging, right? So capacitor slowly getting start to charge, means voltage across the capacitor is slowly getting increased, and the capacitor charges through the resistor R, right? So when the capacitor slowly getting increases, right, increases slowly, the voltage across capacitor here increases, and this voltage, see this point and this point, pin number 6 and 7 both are shorted here, same voltage. So therefore the voltage at point 6 is also getting increasing. When the voltage across capacitor slowly increases, and it will reach up to 2/3 of VCC and go beyond the 2/3 of VCC, the voltage at the inverting terminal, non-inverting terminal of the upper capacitor become high. Means when the voltage across capacitors increases and crosses the 2/3 of VCC, and this terminal, non-inverting terminal of UC become higher than the inverting terminal. So therefore this will be positive saturated, and this will become 1. So when this will become 1, the flip-flop is get reset. When flip-flop is get reset, Q is become 0 and Q bar is become 1. Since the Q bar is become 1, the output will goes to 0. So therefore when this capacitor voltage reaches, means here 2/3 of VCC, when it is reaches 2/3 of VCC, right, then the output goes to 0. Output goes to 0, right? Then the output is remains at the 0, right? Remains at the 0 itself, right? Because the threshold voltage is here high, right? So output remains 0 only, and at the same time the Q bar will be 1, which makes this transistor on. When this transistor is on, all the voltage across the capacitor is discharges through this transistor Q1, hence the voltage across capacitor also goes from 2/3 of VCC to the 0. So therefore your diagram will be written to initial condition, right? Initial condition where both upper capacitor and lower capacitor, means upper comparator and lower comparator output will be 0 0. The output is remains unchanged. The output is remain unchanged, means output is 0 itself. Then to make the output again high, you must apply the trigger input, right? Trigger input, and you make the trigger input less than 1/3 of VCC, right? Till the trigger input is greater than 1/3 of VCC, the output will be 0 itself. When you make the trigger input lesser than 1/3 of VCC, again the lower comparator output become 1, which sets the flip-flop. The output goes high, right? The capacitor gets charged, transistor Q1 is off, right? Okay, and it will charge up to 2/3 of VCC. When it will reaches 2/3 of VCC, the upper comparator will make, means the output of upper comparator become 1, which resets the flip-flop. Hence the output will become 0, right? Output will become 0, and this things is repeated whenever you apply the trigger input less than 1/3 of VCC, right? Okay, So this is about the monostable multivibrator, right? So the problem, we have a problem here on a monostable multivibrator, right? So that we'll see in a next session. Till then, take care, bye.